get every day as a chance and a choice. Let's put more value on the choices that we make, because our choices is what determine our destination.
Hey, I'm excited about this collaboration, y'all, man. I got my boy Rob from Water God TV. I'm going to put a link in the description for y'all to go subscribe to his channel, and we're going to collaborate. And if he put this on his channel, man, I need you to put a link in the description of yours so the people can come holler at the kid, fam.
Definitely. We're going to do that. We definitely got to chop it up real nice on this one, man. I got you. You know I got you.
Yeah, so we've been meaning to make this thing happen for a while, man, but I released I think it was a short today, and we was having a discussion in the short. About the feds and stuff, and because I was talking about terminology on the podcast I released earlier about the feds and Homeland Security, because they hit everybody in the world know they hit Diddy house, but I didn't understand some things because people was putting on their show, the feds hit Diddy house, the feds this, and I was thinking, like, I thought the feds was the FBI, fam, but it's different branches and agencies in the feds. You know what I'm saying? And you being located in Florida, I wanted you to educate me on some of the things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Homeland Security in Florida, like I told you, it's a little different. It may be different in Florida because we just got a lot of different things going on. In Florida, you can kind of drive a boat out of Florida, and you can drive a boat in Florida. Okay. So whenever you drive a boat out, you know, you always, you know, you got to show documentations. You know, when you coming in, you got to show, you know, documentations. And if you getting searched, and these people that you're dealing with is Homeland Security. Okay. But also now you got immigrants in Florida, so you will see Homeland Security in the streets because Homeland Security is, you know, supposed to protect the homeland. Yeah. So anytime they get you or they grab you, you go to the federal. You don't go to, it's not state. You know what I mean? Ain't no state charges. So to everybody in Florida, when we think Homeland Security to us is the feds.
Because if the Homeland Security gets you, it's going to be a federal charge. It's not going to be state.
Right. You're going to the federal jail. Right. So that's all we know is where you go. That's what we call you. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Because you doing that 80% if they get a hold.
Right. It's 85%. So
now
so that's what we do.
What you think about, like, you speaking of this made me think of this, like, immigration. Like, I heard about it in Texas and in California, but it used to be like Florida was one of the destinations, but we never heard about immigration being bad, or migrants, or whatever they call it in this new terminology, being bad in Florida no more. Or y'all have, I don't want to call it a problem because everybody in this country is really migrants from my perspective. But
it's a problem, though. It's a problem because it's a lot of undocumented people. So I'm gonna give you Miami's supposed to have almost 2 million people in the city. Then you got Broward County, it got like 1.2. But these are documented people. But undocumented, if you come to South Florida, it's gonna be a lot of people that don't even speak the English. You can't even translate with them. But these people are undocumented.
And so they got jobs and everything. Bro.
They got jobs, you know, they moving around. You would never know. You know what I mean? But it's a problem, but it's like you can't really see it, but it's crowded. So that's how you're gonna tell that, man, it's no way it's just 1.6 million people out here. You know what I mean? Gotta be more like 5, you know. So it's a problem, but I guess it gets contained a little bit easier because our jails is packed. It's immigration people getting locked up every day. There's people from other countries getting jammed up. So
it's a problem. It's a problem nationwide, man. Like, my thoughts on it though, like I don't try to talk bad about people that want to come to the country though, but I think, like, to me, it might not be hindering the people who's allowing it, but it's hindering the black folks from growth and opportunity and jobs. That's what I think. I think people are coming getting trades and stuff that once was set out for us, like by America being a capitalist country, it has to be a top and it has to be a bottom. And I don't think we want those bottom jobs no more. So somebody
that's the real issue. Listen, you know, like look at us. We on this YouTube, we on this platform, we talking. You got a lot of us blacks. Now we kind of bougie, you know. We look at some of the people who are doing these dirty jobs, and it's things that we don't want to do. So I think America is a corporation. So it's jobs that got to be filled, whether we want them or not.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So if we don't want to do it, somebody they're gonna get somebody to do it. And I think that's what this is right now, you know, is getting people to do that work that black people don't want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
We think it's slavery, you know?
But it's opportunity though, because I see some of those people flourishing. Like, even though I don't want to build homes and stuff like that, when I look at who building homes though, them folks getting the bag.
They get in the bag, man. They get in the bag, man. It's crazy, but you're right. They get in the bag, and it's only taking them 2-3 days. I mean, they got about 30 people, you know, building a home. I was just seeing somebody today. They was putting a guy roof on. It was about 12 of them up there.
4 hours.
Yeah,
you know, these homes. My wife's father said that these are 48-hour homes. Like the homes that they building now, because you know I don't know what type of homes they building in Florida, because y'all have to build for
hurricanes,
natural disasters and stuff. But in North Carolina, we ain't getting that, so they just building a little 2x4 homes with the Tyvek and the stucco. It's up, and they charging $500,000 for them.
Damn,
right on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't want to get too heavy on that, on the immigration topic and all that stuff, fam. Like, I was looking at your platform today, and you had a discussion about this. I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip.
Oh yeah, we gotta get it. We gotta play it.
And let's break it down, fam.
I brought up P. Diddy. You brought up Kanye West as well. This is the music industry. It's like a metaphor for resurrection, for crying out loud. There's always a second chance. There's always additional opportunities. With Kanye West, I believe that to be the case. With P. Diddy, I'm not so sure. It depends.
Well, Kanye, he can't get a sample cleared.
Wow.
So you bought out all these venues.
So you think he's in more trouble than Diddy in terms of being able to resurrect his career?
I think Diddy probably can weather the storm more so than Kanye.
Okay.
Because Kanye is at a place right now where he's barred out of arenas. He can't get records cleared. He can't get features. Diddy may be able to come back from this
if he's innocent.
If he's innocent, you know, when you think about it, there's no charges pressed.
Right. If they charge him with something, we can't think like that.
Nah,
that's a different game.
That's a whole nother movie, right?
Now,
that's big.
I don't like Kanye ain't fell off to me really. Like, his music still fire popping and all of that though, but he said he can't do no shows. He can't get nothing cleared. He can't get no features from people. And I just seen a statistic where they said P. Diddy music has lost 88% of its original radio play as of just the last 2-3 days. So from hearing that, who do you think could make the comeback in music first, fam?
I gotta go with Kanye. You know, for me, because I mean, I think when Kanye really shocked me is when he did that commercial. He paid $1.2 million for the commercial.
I seen that. Yeah,
he made $20 million.
Yeah.
I think Kanye he got it, man. It's just something about him where he don't need him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's still gonna survive. I just feel like he's not stronghold on the system or on them people who is backing him like I feel like a Diddy.
Yeah.
You know,
the system made him. The system made Diddy.
You're right.
Yeah.
System ain't make Kanye. Kanye is just gifted. He just got that mind for some reason to just come up with something and it works. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion. What you think?
I think Kanye also though, even though I don't want to just like shoot Diddy all the way down.
Diddy down, yeah.
Did you hear his last album?
Diddy last album was hot. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
Me, as I get older or whatever, I like more slower music, more vibes and singing and melodic stuff and all of that. his last album was fire though.
It was fire. Yeah.
I can't take that away from him. But musically, he doesn't compare to a Kanye, and Kanye ain't facing prison time.
Right. Yeah. He's not.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't facing prison time, fam. But I don't even know why that was even a question from Uncle Luke and
I know.
Steven.
I know. I was shocked. I was shocked at that. I was shocked. But I guess right now, because everybody is really bashing Diddy right now. He is, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But and I think that was the plan. This everything working high. I think them people wanted it to work for him. You know?
Yeah.
For real.
You know, I'm gonna ask you this. I done asked 3 brothers this on the last 3 podcasts I done did, and I'm gonna give you my perspective right after you answer it. Mm-hmm. What percentage of the allegations that social media has against Diddy do you think he's guilty of, fam?
I think it's very small. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think. I think this is the part, everybody partying and having them. Diddy ain't the only one who partying and, being a little wild. He guilty of some things now. I ain't gonna say he just innocent, but I just believe it's more to this. It's more to this than, you know what I mean? Some partying and, having some sex parties. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it's more to it. So I think probably I would go with 15%. You know,
I like that. Let me hold up. Where my hand claps at? I had to give you some hand claps, fam, because everybody else said 100%, 110%. Wow. They believe that he's guilty of all of the allegations. Because to me, people want money. They want civil lawsuits. People are right. Cassie was with it. She got 30 million, but dang, to be honest, if you with somebody for 10 years, you agreed to it. You agreed to the activities.
Right.
Little Buddy, Lil Rod dude, he was in that studio living with Diddy for 13 months. You agreed to it, man. If I don't agree to something, I'm gone that day.
Right. Or you gonna call the police if something happened to you. Mm-hmm. I mean, to wait for so long, it has to be money motivated. Because if it wasn't no money there, what would you do? You get what I mean?
If no money was involved, you would either walk away or you would file for criminal situation. Charges. You would want him in prison if he hindered your family member or if he touched on somebody underage. You would want him in prison. You wouldn't want a bag, to be honest with you. I wouldn't.
For real.
Yeah. Right. But I like something you said. You said you think that it's bigger than Diddy. You think that it's more to it than the allegations that people putting on him. And I seen where Candace Owens had put a tweet out saying that they went and got those videotapes because it's people on those tapes that they don't want the world to know that they was involved in those type of activities. You know what I'm saying? That's bigger than Diddy.
Right. Yeah. And it was some people allegedly that Diddy actually got the tapes, and he took the tapes on the plane and took the plane. See, people were saying that Diddy left on the plane, and took off, but it was rumors that he actually took the footage and took the footage out, and to say, hey, right, if y'all go, want to take me down, I'm finna take some more people down with me, type. So they could have got the video, like you said, but it's a game that's being played, and Diddy ain't never Diddy been a smooth dude when it comes to allude and stuff.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
His name been in a lot of stuff, and he been dodging. He been like Teflon Don.
Yeah, he is Teflon Don. Right? I was talking to one of my partners today, and a lot of people think that Diddy like a fruitcake. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a gangster.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's one of the most notorious gangsters ever in the hip hop industry. For people to allow him to get away with the bad contracts, Maze, Black Rob dead. You see how Black Rob, the videos came out with him on his deathbed in the hospital. G Dep went to prison, but not that he went to prison. He he said he was guilty of the murder charge. He wanted to go to prison. G. Dep, Craig Mack, he went to religion in some church in South Carolina, and he died also. Like, people seen things and was involved in things, and Shine took the charge. Now that lady is saying that Puff was the one who shot her. Yeah, so he was on some gangster shit, my opinion, to be honest.
No, you gotta, just for him being tied in, if Keefy D was saying that, Puffy offered him $1 million to take Tupac out.
Yeah.
And we haven't heard nothing about Puffy. When have you heard something about somebody putting their hands on Puffy, slapping him with the fire? What have you heard about somebody doing something to Puffy?
Never. You heard him slapping J. Cole, beating up Drake and all of that. Like, but he dancing. Hey, that's crazy, man. We don't need to keep the conversation going on Puffy though, man. We can switch the topic up, man. You have something you wanna switch your room on, fam?
No, I know that Biden thing, man. It just really that threw me for a loop today, man. I think,
okay.
I believe in the Most High. I don't believe into these holidays though. I'm not a pagan celebrator. I'm not a pagan celebrator.
I agree.
Okay. With you. So, but the fact that Biden put that message out, I don't know if you got a clip of it or you got the
I got us. I'm gonna read it too. You want me to go ahead and get
definitely.
to it?
Yeah, we might well go in there so they know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna play the clip for y'all. Check it out now. This year, at least 46 transgender individuals in this country and hundreds more around the world were killed in horrific acts of violence. Each of these lives was precious. Each of them deserved freedom, justice, and joy. Today, on Transgender Day of Remembrance, we mourn those who lost in this deadly year on record for transgender Americans, as well as the countless other transgender people. I can't even read that word. Black or brown transgender women and who face brutal violence, discrimination, and harassment.
Now, I feel like it's more disrespectful too, because they had to put the black and brown. You get me? So, coming up with this transgender.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I seen Martin and Shanae, and I was just shocked. I'm like, why they got Martin doing this? Yeah. Remember, I asked my mom that, like, what's going on? And then I seen the basketball player Larry Johnson. He was grandmama. Yeah. And I used to ask my mom and dad, like, what's going on? Why would they have him? I would never want to put on a dress, So, but now as I'm getting older, I'm understanding. It was seeds being planted as we was younger.
Yeah.
Just so we can accept this, because it was a time when none of this was accepted.
Yeah, that's true. It's just as of recently, and I could tell under who presidency that it was promoted the most under.
Yeah, Barack.
Yeah, probably the most celebrated president in our lifetime. But he was allowed.
We got hoodwinked, man. We got hoodwinked with Barack.
Yeah,
people don't want to admit it.
Yeah,
but I remember the time when Barack came up and it was like the president is black, and I just wanted to, man, it was a black person as president.
The Jeezy and Nas song.
Yeah, I'm bumping that for months, But then when I came back and realized it, I'm like, they got me. They played right on my emotion.
Finesse 3 times. Not finesse 2 times. They got me. They got me too. They got me. I didn't even vote for him. I voted. That was the first time I voted in my life, fam. His first, his first term. The second time I didn't vote for him because I was like, I was disappointed, to be honest with you. Yeah, and I was young and disappointed at that time. It's just crazy though. But this Biden. I'm gonna read the second clip. I got another clip. Before we get into it, let me read the other clip, fam. Okay. In spite of all progress strengthening civil rights for the LGBTQ, civil rights, Americans, too many transgender people still live in fear and face systematic barriers to freedom and equality. To ensure that our government protects the civil rights of transgender Americans, I charge my team with coordinates across the federal government to address the epidemic of violence and advance equality for transgender people. I continue to call on state leaders and lawmakers to combat the disturbing proliferation and discrimination, state legislation targeting transgender people, especially transgender children. As I have said before, these bills, transgender children. Hold on, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna keep transgender children. Hold up. As I have said before, these bills are nothing more than bullying disguised as legislation. They are un-American and they endanger the safety and well-being of our children. I also continue to urge the Senate to swiftly pass the Equality Act so that all people are able to live free from fear and discrimination. Transgender people are some of the bravest Americans I know. Damn.
Oh man, that's embarrassing.
Transgender children. Fam.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, for our country, man, to know that you will let a child, and Dwayne Wade was the first one that I seen do that, and I don't think he got enough flack for that.
Yeah,
I think we really passing, and I was I was the biggest Dwayne. I'm a big Miami Heat fan.
Yeah.
I was a big Dwayne Wade fan, but when that came out, everything I couldn't respect it. I couldn't.
I gotta say something about that too, though. Like, it's like R. Kelly with the music. I'm gonna ask you this: can you separate his skill from his actions?
Yeah, he was talented. He was talented.
He's still bad on the court, but we know we might not like his actions off the court. So you can still be a fan of his actions, I think, on the court, the team, and all of that, what he did with basketball. But off the court, you don't have to be a fan of the man.
No, that's where it's at. It's off the court. I mean, on the court, he still got the legendary, we still, it's Wade County, but that just made me, he was such a hero in my eyes, but but I guess that's just how it is, man. You can't, some celebrities, they viewpoints be different from yours, and you get caught up in, the athletic game, and then you be looking for that total person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We ain't getting that in this world, not in the entertainment world, sports, politics, nothing. You got to separate a person's talent with who the person really is, because I don't even want to say how I really truly feel about individuals, but I learned to know that word fan is abbreviated for fanatic. Ooh, and I don't think us as grown men should be fanatics.
Fans at all. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's where the problems happen.
Because we start to like people like the Diddy because of their music talents, the Kanye's, the Obama because his politics. Just we become fans of people, and then we could be let down because we buying their merch and shoes and Jordan. We think Jordan's supposed to give back to the community. He like, man, y'all niggas, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Damn.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true. But the transgender children, I did a show, man, with one of my partners, and we was talking about, and we was bringing up the statistics, and it costs roughly $100,000 for a child to change their gender.
Yeah, that's spooky.
Yeah, it's spooky, and they got it now where, I was thinking that it was a money play, but now I'm thinking it may be something more to it, but yeah, it's $100,000 to change a child gender, from the therapy and surgeries and stuff like that. But I don't know what's the cause of it.
When they included black and brown at the end of that statement, when you saying you think it's more to it, this caught my attention. Now, and I don't want to talk about a specific race, but I think it's population control, because it's promoted to black and brown people. I was talking about on one of my podcasts, that shit down there went viral with 90,000 views on a short, when I said I talked to a a stud girl. I don't want to call her a dyke. A stud girl, and I told her, how do you be promoting all this black that, and you black power and black this, but you don't want to create with a man? So how could you love your race if you don't want to create? Because we are falling as a race in this country. And population. So they promoting all this gay stuff. They promoting all this LGBTQ transgender stuff. And I think when they reverse Roe v. Wade is because they trying to get their population up. Because they see they self-decreasing also at a faster rate than black people. So I think that has a part to play in it, but I'm assuming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's a good assumption because you know, abortion came out, I think 73, 74,
something like that,
something around that time. And we've been knowing that the world has been getting hotter and hotter with so much people. And we see with immigration now, and now we starting to understand that, you know, it may be some people that want to take, you know, less people out, because you know in China you can only have a certain amount of kids.
That's a fact.
You know, so I mean, maybe this is a way that we think it's a free world here, but in the back, you know, in the backstage of things, they could be pulling some strings and, you know, making sure they operate it the right way.
Oh,
but it's not like China. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've been hitting me with shit that like I've been having discussions with. I had a discussion with a real smart brother when you said a free world. The conversation I had with him, it came to my attention. I want to ask you this. Do you think, like they say in the Bible, God gave us free will? Do you think that we have free will? Like, you can say whatever you want to say, fam, but do you think we have free will in the world today, in this time?
Let me tell you why I don't, right? Now, for a living, I test water. I test people water every day. They be having water problems. I was just with a lady, and I'm testing their water, right? But when I researched, I found out that when lead is in your water, when you have lead in your water, right, it makes people more violent. And when I test water in the urban communities, I find that it's a high traces of lead.
Yeah.
Okay. And when it's a high trace of lead, people are more violent. It's more likely to kill, you know. So when we understand the molecular structure of these elements that we in and breathe in and stuff like this, I think influence is real, because I can go in somebody's house and I could tell them some things and I can influence them to make a decision this way. Okay. With just giving them facts.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
And we see now that influence is real. You know, you can get an influencer, you could pay an influencer online, and they're gonna influence a lot of people to do some things that they got paid to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like your free will is only as strong as who your influence is.
You gotta slow down, fam. You kicking too much. Keep going. You kicking too much game right there.
So that's what I think it is. I think of around, and I think with most people, they want to influence a lot because it's big business. That's why you think, you know, when certain YouTube channels, they're getting paid, you know, to products to influence.
Yeah.
So that's the game that we don't really think about it, you know, like advertising and people. All of this is I think it's gonna play a role in your decision making and what you feel like you're gonna do.
Because you ain't gonna do what you want to do because it's consequences if you do what you want to do. Like they say, we have free will. They done monetized everything that God done gave to the earth. Like, I'm not a religious man though, but everything that was free has been man, by the time we dead and gone, oxygen might be charged, fam. They might be charging 20 cents a day just to breathe.
To breathe good air. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. It's equipment being sold for purified air right now.
Yeah.
You know, that's in people's homes and people buying. It's crazy, but it's out there, man. I mean, So that's what I feel like. I feel like the world is an influence world. In the West over here, everything is on influence. So if you put the right money in the influence, you're going to get the right people making the decisions that you want them to make. Because that's where the influence is going to go to. You get what I'm saying?
I like that. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that comment, man. Free will. Free will. That's all I got to say on that topic. We can switch a rule. We can get back on. We can get back on something that I got a clip for. I want to play another clip, fam. And I played this clip already, probably 2-3 shows ago. But you said I like that, and I just want your perspective on Dr. Umar's interesting take on the Diddy arrest. Let's get back into that.
Let's see it. This
is Cress Wilson, greatest African psychiatrist in modern history from this city, said, "If you don't understand white supremacy, what it is and how it operates, nothing else will make sense to you in this society. The reason why those who are least interested in helping us fix our problem are the most celebrated is because they are the ones that are put out in front of our children to be celebrated. If you were not loyal to black people before you got rich, you definitely will not be loyal to black people after you get rich. But let's go further. During slavery, when a rebellious slave misbehaved, what would they do? They would put him out in front of all the slaves, and they would whip him and tar and feather him and lynch him as a message to the others. Every generation, white America makes a sacrifice of a black celebrity. Look at your entire life. I've been on the planet 45 years. Every generation of my life, every decade, white America finds a celebrity that they put out and destroy them as a reminder to LeBron and Oprah and Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry and everyone else. Jay-Z, Beyonce, don't forget, you might be a billionaire, but remember who helped you make that money. At the end of the day, y'all got the money, but we got the power. That's why they don't mind signing a $100 million contract. Because everybody in your circle is white. Your agent is white. Your lawyer is white. Your publicist is white. Your banker is white. The person selling you the car is white. So do you know what a black celebrity really is? He's a water sprinkler. He's a redistributor of white wealth. Because you can't use that money to help your own people. The reason they don't help us is because the white man has made it clear. Number one, white people will not support black people who are loyal to black folks. You cannot become a popular celebrity in America if you are unapologetic. It's impossible. You must do what? Compromise yourself in the presence of white folk. You must be an acceptable Negro. If you are not an acceptable Negro, they will destroy you.
I know that brother always talk, and when he does talk, he includes race as the aspect. Now, it's true what he talking about, though. I ain't getting ready to sit up here and just because he using race saying that what he's talking about is cap. But damn, man, it is. He said over all the generations in his life, they have propped somebody up. Can we name a few, fam? Was it Bill Cosby?
Yeah, gotta say Bill Cosby. You gotta say
Martin Luther King.
Gotta say Martin Luther King, man. You know, hardest people. Some people don't want to believe that, but you gotta say Martin Luther King. Who else we got, man?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
When he bought the Beatles catalog, Eminem catalog. He bought he bought somebody else's catalog too.
Yep, he bought a lot of the Beatles.
He was trying to position himself to become like what the Universals and the Warner Brothers is.
Yep. Man, you got, but it goes even further than him, man. I remember the guy. What was the entertainer name, man? I can't think of his name right now, but this been in history, you know, that they always guys who they felt like they got a little besides theyself. And and we know that this happens in history. You know, it happens in history all the time. But I can say that a lot of it ain't just black people that get that. It's white people that get it too. You know.
Give me a few. Give me a few then.
It was a dude I think named Jesse James.
Oh yeah.
Way back. He tried to help black people. He died. trying to help black people and stop slavery.
JFK.
Yeah, JFK. You get me?
Yeah. Now, I see where you're going now. Yeah, I see where you're going now.
Yeah, so
he died.
I don't want people to just think that it's just a black thing. No, it's a whoever don't fall in line with whatever category you're in. I don't care where you at. You get me? Because I need y'all to be in I need everything to be in line.
I need y'all to keep creating division, because once you niggas unify, y'all gonna know how powerful y'all are. And before y'all unify, before I let one individual let y'all unify, I'm gonna have to knock you off, big dog.
I got to. Yeah.
Damn, they get ready to take the show down, fam.
Yeah, they gonna take the show. You know they go. Yeah, but this is the conversation people want to hear, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy, but this is the truth that people want to hear. And Dr. Umar, I know he be going hard for his people, but some of the stuff he be saying is accurate, but it is not just for blacks. He gotta really say that anybody get a line of this structure, this money structure that's in line.
Yeah.
You gone. I don't care what color you is.
Because when you think about capitalism, that's the United States. There isn't no moral compass. There's no morality in capitalism. If the money is involved and you playing around, you trying to create unity, you got to get knocked off. Because money is more important than the human being's existence. And that's sad. That's sad, but that's the reality of it. That's why when I be hearing people like me, I'm a retired individual that used to participate in street activities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I haven't been in that in over a decade.
That's what's up.
But when I heard brothers talk about snitching nowadays, like when I was doing that in my early 20s and teen years or whatever, I used to think I was real. I would never tell on nobody. I ain't telling on people. But now, me looking at the landscape of America, knowing that there's no moral compass in America, black people destroy themselves by trying to be morally correct. I hate that too, though, but I hate it. But at the end of the day, the leaders in this country don't have no morals. They knocking folks off left and right. So you just can't participate in those activities when you Yeah, that's my opinion, fam.
No, you're right. You're right. Now, I think with me too, I was into that street life, man. I got out of there and started, trouble made me get out. But then to be doing a legal business, it's just hard, because where we come from, it's a lot of people that lie too. They may not have concrete evidence on somebody, but they may lie to get out of jail. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah,
they may lie on people, so, and I think that's worse. You get what I mean?
They don't even have access to this person and they're lying, saying that they know that this is going on and they don't even know what's going on, period.
Yeah. So that's that house. I think a lot of black people are got that house Negro syndrome. And I talk about it on my show a lot. I think that they use the 10% of the intellectuals to control the 90% to influence, So like I went to college. I went to a black college.
What's the school? And, do you want to mention?
Bethune-Cookman. Yeah, Bethune-Cookman University.
Okay.
I went to a black college and I dropped out in the first year, but I remember everybody talking about joining a fraternity, right? And you couldn't join the fraternity until you was a sophomore. But I wasn't never into, joining in the groups. But I seen some of my friends that I, went to school with and they joined these groups and they used to do things called hazing.
Yeah.
Beat them up. They'll do all kind of weird stuff to you. And then I used to just think, why would they do that? Why would they, But then when I realized in gangs, they kind of do the same thing, bringing people in, the initiation.
Yeah.
And I just feel like this is bad for the culture. I feel like that is a real bad thing that I realized as I'm at the age I am now to see how many people are still in these fraternities, sororities. You got to check out a sister named Lala Jenkins.
Lala Jenkins.
She kind of exposes all the people who getting out of these sororities and fraternities, and they talking real bad about it. I need everybody to check it out. Lala Jenkins. She really doing some work.
I'm gonna check that out.
On there, exposing all of this crooked behavior, that's going on in there.
You know what's crazy about what you're saying too? Like, I'm gonna expose myself for a moment. Like, I'm a person that likes to keep my individuality, so I can have my own perspective and I can be my own individual. I'm not a religious individual. I don't pick a side on politics. I couldn't see myself being in an organized situation because I feel as if, like, if people believe in Jesus and God or whatever, if he died on the cross, I think that he died for all people. I don't think he died for the Alpha Kappa Alphas. I don't think he died for the Republicans. I don't think he died for the Chinese people. I think he died for all people. So I try to keep myself, you know what I mean, separated from
all of that,
so I can have my own individual perspective and be free to say and do and
whatever you want.
That's right. That's a fact. And that's a form of freedom that a lot of people won't never even achieve or have or whatever if they don't. I don't know, fam. That's just me, though, fam.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because once you get that influence, you liable to now. You on a side, so you got to have this viewpoint. You got to have this political viewpoint, because if you see all of the people who was into these groups was all Democrats. In the church, if you go to the church, all of them are Democrats. So it's a control mechanism. You know what I mean, of controlling people in the back. In the back scenes, to where everybody, it ain't on the front street, but. In the back, they can get controlled, and I need you to be like your brothers. I need all us to pledge, and everybody they gonna go with it.
And you know what's crazy? Like I you saying that too. I've been noticing, like, people say that politicians need to do stuff for black people, but they have. I feel like, but they didn't do stuff for individuals. They did stuff for Black Lives Matter, groups, for the NAACP.
Exactly.
And those organizations want to keep people disgruntled. Because if they can keep you disgruntled, they can keep being fed. So when they getting fed, they ain't giving back. They buying houses in Beverly Hills. They buying houses in Malibu. And they ain't contributing to the individual. But it's just weird, fam. Like, we're in a weird place as black folks. We need, I don't know what we need. Let me quit saying what we need, because it's a weird place in that Democratic Party. If a person don't want to come to the Republican Party or the conservative side, then they need to just be individuals and don't vote at all. Like, we need to unify. I feel like black folks need to unify on something, and it don't need to be a corporation that's getting money from it. That's just my opinion.
No, but I'm so glad you said that, because people don't understand. We had the African People's Party. We had a lot of political parties before the Black Panther Party. We had a lot of parties that our ancestors made for us that got dismantled. They no longer exist, you know?
Yeah.
So, and a lot of us don't even know about these parties, but these was parties to progress, black people from the condition that they was in. But like you said, this is about unifying and bringing people together. So it had to get knocked off, People think of the Black Panther Party as bad, as a KKK type of a group. But, COINTELPRO is the reason why they made, so much bad news about it. So we look at it as, those guys didn't, stand for the people.
Yeah, that's true. I talked to Judge Joe Brown on my podcast, and what you saying.
Oh, yeah.
I got a main episode with him. You might need to check it out too, fam.
I got to check that
I'm going to
out.
send you a link to it. It's a 4-hour episode, and he's saying exactly what you saying, to be honest with what he said. It's, he was saying that black folks, at one point in time, with Black Power and the Black Panthers and everything, had more success by separating themselves from what Martin Luther King was promoting, the nonviolence and the unifying with white people stuff. He said we created our own. We had the Negro League basketball team, the Negro League baseball league, where we was making our own money, and we had that's when the stuff in Oklahoma started going, in North Carolina, and it's a story that's in Florida. I forgot, St. Pete, about black.
I think Green. Yeah, I forget. Yep. I know what you're talking about.
In the 60s,
not too far from me right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was saying that we was thriving when we separated ourselves because we didn't have no choice. We couldn't depend on nobody giving us nothing. And I appreciate this conversation, fam. We're gonna have to do this again too.
We definitely, man. I liked it, bro. It's definitely conversation that we need to have. I think a lot of people need to know about. It may not, it's gonna ruffle some feathers, because I think a lot of people thinking one-sided. They're not as open-minded. So it's hard, to get through to some people. It's like they already set, their mind already made. So
but if they want to learn and they want to evolve, guess what? They're going to have to tap into the Water God and the Trevor Jackson podcast.
For real, man. I'm going to definitely send my link on my channel, man. And you be doing your thing, man. I'll be definitely checking you out, man, for real.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm about to promote a song on my album that I just released. It was all a dream at the end of the show. And stay in the background, fam. Let's chop it up a little bit more.
Yeah, for real. I got you.
Let's get it.
If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. I had to change my mental, upgrade my credentials. How a nigga came up, it wasn't accidental. Now monumental, more like legendary. A player never worry, bumping pop, Hail Mary, trapped off a Blackberry. Ain't contrary to your belief, I made it at them streets, don't acknowledge beef. Kept the play discreet, we too unique. On the winning streak, spent a couple racks at the boutique. I wouldn't change nothing, I'm always me. Never took a plea, nigga, you a flea. I'm your OG's OG, he called me for inspiration. Need a consultation, just make the payment for the conversation. If it's elevation or innovation, my expectation ain't limitation. You need a demonstration. My track record and reputation should be admiration. That's confirmation. I'm decoration for the trenches, off the benches, jump the fences, no penny pinching. We off the hinges. Hit the shot, my team winning. The series clinching. You niggas finished. Never timid. I've been a menace. No old dog, and every day is printed. Haters living 'cause my life changed. Should be happy, but you a real lame. If I had to